Oh, hey. Real working fan. Do you have your infrared lens on?
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history.
How about that?
All right, guys, so we got 1.0 unloaded, backed it in here under its own power, still all running and driving, and now we tore it all apart. So Aiden got the heads off and gonna get those over to Steve so we can work on the valve guide issue with it. Sort out some other stuff, but want to also, I guess, say thanks to all the sponsors, that all the people that support us, like to make this happen. Obviously, Steve for riding with me. You got Precision Turbos on it. Precision Turbos. You got TBM brakes. You got Iski with the badass lifters. You got Excess Power with the power stuff. You got Power Master. You got Delta Pag. Just to name a few. So Mickey Thompson, I mean, there's whatever, like the list goes on and on for the people that help put this stuff together and make this happen. But successful win with it. Now we just got to get it ready for driving around and, I mean, for the possible next race. Oh, Turbo Smart with the wastegates. So the new wastegate setup. No night racing because that part sucks, because the two-step and everything, it's like we had all that worked out perfect with the flames and everything. But Death Week coming up. So prep is on for Death Week. Bob's got some stuff going on with the Nova, and then off onto the Durango, because the Durango, we still need to finish making it a 2,000 mile vehicle. So more updates coming on that. Also with Death Week coming up, go grab Death Week merch. It's actually, to me, it's the coolest logo that we've had for any event is that. We also got the big stickers in, so go grab yourself a sticker. This is the big like 10-inch sticker. There's also a 5-inch sticker. Go grab that stuff. But check out what Bob did with the radiator. Check out what Aiden had pulling this apart. Check it all out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. So we are at the storage complex where the gasser is sitting here ready to go to its new owner, but we were bringing some other stuff over here, the Tahoe and the Blazer, and getting that stuff over here. But it's there. We do know that they picked the winner. We're still waiting for them to tell us we can talk to the winner, and then that way we can make arrangements to get that beast in their hands. I mean, we literally just pulled it out and moved stuff around and then pulled it back in. It's really a cool car. Somebody's getting there. So that's it from the storage compound. So we're up.
I am pulling the heads back off again because the one valve on that side kept sticking, and so we're pulling both heads off so Steve can go over them so that hopefully we don't break anything more. So pulling the heads back off for only the second time in the last last 3 weeks. At least that I have. They pulled it once during drag week. So that's once a week for the last 3 weeks they were pulling the heads actually. But so it's kind of fun. keeps dying.
Yeah, we need a GoPro sponsorship.
If any of you make GoPros that don't die within 20 minutes of starting filming, we'll buy them.
Today, I'm making a mock-up radiator off a CAD drawing from DeltaPeg to make sure the thing will fit before we get it. So those are my dimensions that they want to do. Here's my radiator. Now I'm going to cut out 2 fans and a shroud, and I'm going to cut out the little controllers and put them on. And then we also have a oil cooler and a trans cooler. So there they are, and more than likely they're going to wind up on the sides of the radiator vertically. Is where we're headed with this. So that's my chore today, is get this stuff all cut out, somewhat glued or taped together, mocked in there, get the front end on the car, make sure every single thing fits, and then send off the print to John to make the radiator. I'm making my own sweet tool to burn through this shit. By the time I get the Sawzall out and try and make a mess, this doesn't make much of a mess, it just takes a few more minutes. And then I'll put it in the bandsaw and trim it out. Sweet. It's kind of tough to put this whole thing in the bandsaw. Well, there was a art contest, sculpture contest, let's call it a sculpture contest. So I sculptured a sweet DeltaPeg replica out of foam board with an oil cooler and a trans cooler and real working fans. If we were to power these up, they would work. Even my controllers, my digital controllers, they function, and they're so quiet. But yeah, we're just testing to see how big of radiator I can get in here, because the front end of the car has, like, let's just say there's no overhang whatsoever, and there's a loose bolt. So that's the purpose of this whole thing. Is I started at 20, now I'm down to 19 for height, overall height, and seeing if the depth of everything stacked up against these strut bars cannot run into all the bracing up inside the front end, plus the mount for the front end slips right underneath here, sits on this tow hook and goes in and straight across here, but then there's some vertical braces that come up, so these coolers might have to get shifted around. Maybe they both have to be, lengthwise. I don't know, but this is way easier to deal with than a real radiator and denting up the fins or wrecking something. So it's a little bit of time, but it will pay off in the long run. Initial, does it fit? It looks to be fairly centered, so we just have to be careful.
Is that how you're going to mount the real thing too?
We'll worry about mounting it once it gets here.
Just a piece of tape.
Right.
Well, if it's smushed in the front end, then it doesn't need much to mount it.
This does screw us up for, it was so much easier. Alright, so what's it running into now? Right there in the corner of the coolers. So the coolers will have to go across the top. Or they have to go outboard more. I don't know how John will like.
Well, it's got to be in front of the fins instead of the tank, right? So it can actually flow through.
Yes. So right now I have it to where the fan and the shrouds will pull through them. But if I move it all the way over to flush with the tank, it'll clear these vertical risers. Or I have to cut out the this vertical riser that's all glued into the bumper and down into there.
They went up because they're
And just
not.
make it shorter. I can make it shorter, come up, and come back. So there's all kinds of options. I think this is the best because the cooler and everything will get air from here, here.
Can the cooler move
and
up some on the radiator?
Nope. Nope, she is. That is it. And here's go to the side over there and show the where it's almost touching the hood. Oh no, touching the hood. Go right up in the wheel well. And do you have your infrared lens on? Can't see squat. I like the coolers being right there, so I think I'm going to take out this vertical support and make a narrower one here, because this has a shit ton of rigidity with all this shapes in it. So if I just make that vertical support from here to here, I don't think the from here to there is going to make a whole hell of a lot of difference.
Are you doing any of the duct work in this?
Where do you want me to direct it to? It's already killing right on to everything, which is good, because his deflectors were because the radiators used to sit over here. There was a intercooler and a turbo all in the center. So now all of that is gone, and these aren't there anymore.
Are you still spacing the headlight out?
No, we don't need to space the headlights out because everything's all in the grill and in these big openings right here. Plus he can pull this off and he can get even more flow because there's holes right behind this. So I think it's going to work out better. It's going to look nice and fit the car.